Hi everybody, this is one of the nicest areas of Kalø Landbrugsskole. We are looking here at a nice east-southeast turned field with a good slope to help us with the drainage, and the direction helps with the sunlight, a really good even distribution of sunlight throughout the summer. What we have, if we look closer at the soil, we have oh, it's been raining tonight. All right. We have a quite or somewhat clay soil. As you see, we can get a nice shiny ball out of it, and if we squeeze it a bit, we can get quite a thin band before it starts breaking. If we look around the field, we'll see over here some quite tall grasses and some shrubbery. Like, we're looking at this as our insect bank. Like, this helps us with the beneficial insects and might even be able to attract some wild birds with all that life. And further down to the east and to the south, we have the trees. We have some quite old trees, upwards of 100 years, and these can have, like, there's partly broken down, can be home to upwards of 200 different species of insects. Some of them beneficial, some of them, of course, might be detrimental to what we're trying to achieve. Yeah, and the trees here, they have, of course, the benefit of protecting against the wind, but also there is some stale wind. They're creating a stale area. Like, there will be a bit of a high humidity because of the protection from the trees, and this can lead to fungi and less sun, of course, in the autumn and the spring. And last but not least, like, these smaller trees, they are, some of them, a lot of them are carrying kinds of different types of fruits, which can attract birds. And we've observed squirrel here, and we know, like, if we look at this is a highway or a wildlife corridor, you could even say. A corridor for the wildlife from the forest to this field, and it will help us a lot with the management of the pests and diseases. Thank you.
Hi guys, thanks Malik for the introduction. And now, my colleagues, we would like to kind of guide you through the crop rotation which we made. But at the beginning, I would like to just mention why we actually care about the crop rotation. The main thing for us at the moment is that this is the way how to, if not eliminate, then at least reduce diseases and the pests in our field. Of course, crop rotation keeps nutrition in the soil and prevents erosion, and it will definitely have a really positive impact on your field, on your yield. And right now we have actually crop rotation for 6 years, and in the first year we have a barley with under sunflower. And if you take a look at the field a little bit, point out on the field, and you can see that the surface of the field is actually covered with all kind of weeds. We can see some couch grass, also some crop residues from the last year. And for us, we would like to kind of eliminate this. That we would probably just run disc harrow over the field or mulching machine. Then we would plow it, allocate some slurry if necessary, and then rotary harrow and seed barley and the under sunflower. One thing that was mentioned by you was that our field is sloped, which means that it helps us to drainage the field. But on the other hand, if we have the field like this, then as the water runs from the upper part to the bottom part of the field, we can see, especially at the bottom part of the field, that we have a run of nutrition and also soil erosion, and that's not very best for us. When we think about growing barley, for example, such an environment actually, encourage occurrence of diseases such as, for example, leaf rust. So the leaf rust could negatively influence your harvest, and the way how to eliminate this, or at least to kind of how to eliminate is to have some resistant cultivar or buy some seeds which are certified or free of disease. There is also one thing what we could do. We could actually divide this field into two different parts by making the ditch in between the field, and it will just help us to drainage the field as well. So that was a little bit about the barley, and the next crop is actually clover grass, which will cover the field for us over the winter time. And when it comes to clover grass, we don't think that we will have some problems with the weeds and so. And what we expect from the clover grass is that it will improve the soil structure, deep rooting. It will also kind of fixate the nitrogen for the next crop, right?
Mm.
And what's the benefit? That it will break the plowing pan. And of course we have a really nice grazing thing for grazing for the cows. We have a nice pasture, and it's a win-win crop for us.
All right, so after 4 years with clover grass on the field, we plow and harrow the field, and then we plant green kale, which is a heavy feeder and requires a very nutritious soil. We reckon that that will be enough, so we will maybe not add manure. We harvest the green kale throughout the autumn and the winter, and then the next year in April we plow and harrow again, and then we sow oat and fodder peas as an intercrop. And we do that because intercropping can be a good idea if you want to reduce problems with pests. It can do that by making the field a bit more biodiverse and less homogeneous, which will make it easier for beneficial predators to thrive in the field, and it would also reduce the pests' ability to disperse in the field. In addition to this, even though it's not something we have done, then there's also another method called trap cropping, which is a method where you plant a trap crop nearby your field, a crop which is more attractive to the pests. So it leads the attention to the trap crop instead of your production crop, and then to some extent it can save your production crop from the pests. And in July or August we then harvest the oats and peas.
In August we will be sowing turnips, and we won't be weeding, so that we can have a variety of naturally occurring grasses and weeds. This creates a more diverse ecosystem in the field, which allows for more insects to be around to balance things out. At the same time, that reduces the amount of machinery on the field, which also helps soil life and insect life to thrive. With turnips, one of the main problems is fungus, and that's caused by humidity, and our field is quite humid with a clay soil. So the first step would be to buy certified disease-free seeds, and to have no brassicas before in the crop rotation, which we don't, so that's good. We would keep a close eye on the crop, and if there were any signs of fungus, we would spray with a garlic water spray to slow that down and hopefully eliminate it. When the turnips are ready in about November, October, we let the cows onto the field to graze the natural grasses and the turnips, and they will be providing the field with their manure, which is lovely. After that's been cleared, semi-cleared, we would apply some rinsed seaweed and sand, and that's because the sand would act as would be able to help the soil drain easier for the next crop, which is potatoes. They prefer a more sandy soil. And the seaweed has a jelly-like alginate which contains a lot of trace minerals, nutrients, amino acids, and the jelly substance actually improves the soil structure. Our field has lovely borders with well-established trees which contain many birds, which will help with insect control, and also smaller borders on the edge there, which we would plant with a variety of flowers to invite beneficial insects, to improve the local environment and combat any imbalance in pests.